team banned.
Hi guys, welcome to Game 2 of 82L, Season 9 Entry League. We make bad decisions versus Salt Miners.
Team banned.
Once again, we see Doom first ban. And I doubt we're going to see an Alchemist ban. Would have been amazing. Drow and Silence are both being banned, and Queen of Pain, same first ban phase from last time.
Earthshaker.
And the same first pick, Earthshaker. He's a pretty good support. He certainly provides lots of stuns, quite a bit of damage, and they were able to use him to pretty good effect last game. Grouped up enemies and lots of damage. Yeah, and if you're talking, I can't hear you.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
I don't know, Drow just does not seem like first ban material to me. She could be nasty in the right lineup as a last pick, or maybe even as like a fourth pick if you know what you're doing, but not a first pick. Somebody picks Drow first, you just immediately pick Clockwork and say, you lose. Disruptor for Salt Miners. I actually really like that hero.
Are you able
Provides
to
a
hear
lot
me?
of team fight. Yes, I can hear you now, yeah.
Alright, cool.
I like Disruptor.
Both heroes
Disruptor
are really
provides a
good
lot
so
of team
far.
fight. Glimpse is OP. Kinetic field is good.
Oh man, it's gonna be one of those games. They can counter. They can
10
counter.
seconds remaining.
It's about 3k, I would say. 3k, maybe like 3.5k is this level. But second pick for Salt Miners is Gyrocopter. Saw that last game for bad decisions. And this time, Darkseer being picked up for bad decisions. It's a little bit questionable after a ranged carry picked up, but I guess Earthshaker, Darkseer, Vac is pretty good.
I would say Darkseer is a bit early to be picked up, especially for second pick.
Radiant team
Yeah.
banned.
Oh man. Look
Faceless Void being banned out.
Wow, that is a very bad decision. But
10
okay.
seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
They got
Remake bad
5 seconds
decisions
to pick.
won the first game.
Dire team banned.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yep, they played an Earthshaker, Earthshaker, Gyrocopter, then they picked a Windranger, then Clockwork, and Shadow Shaman. They basically just pushed them to death. And they won the team fights. They played up against a Darkseer, Night Stalker, Invoker, Lion, and there's one more, damn it.
10 seconds remaining. 5
Oh, and an
seconds
Anti-Mage.
remaining.
Yeah, the Dire went pretty greedy.
Reserve
They had some
time.
pretty good team fight, but they just weren't able to capitalize on it. And they got pushed to death. Void and Wyvern being banned out for bad decisions, and Puck and Windranger being banned out for Salt Miners. Shadow Shaman actually being picked up for Salt Miners as well. Like, it's like they're copying. They're just copying the draft, but so far they've got lots of team fight, lots of disables. And they make these have a pretty nasty tri lane.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Also, do you want to point out that the second pick in Darkseer against Disruptor
Radiant
can
team
be very bad.
Yeah.
But we'll see how this pans out. Lots of things could happen.
I don't think they picked the Darkseer for the laning. I think they picked him for the team fight, especially with things like Lich being picked up. I think they're going wombo combo with the Darkseer. That's why they did it. It's not ideal. I think I'd rather have a Magnus than a Darkseer, especially up against a Gyro.
10
But it could
seconds
work.
remaining.
Lich, of course, being picked up by a bad decision.
5
I know Yin
seconds
likes Lich.
remaining.
Or was it Target that loves Lich?
Pretty sure it was Target.
Target definitely loves Lich. Target loves Lich.
It's like Arrogate sees his blocking bar at 20 minutes. It's gonna be over. Well, we'll see what Salt picks up next. Be game changing.
Yeah. Shadow Fiend for the Dire? Wait, no, the Radiant this time. Shadow Fiend for the Radiant? Also physical there.
The
But the problem with that,
Radiant
of course, is that, is Shadow Fiend better on Radiant or Dire, in your opinion?
It's a lot faster. Farming at
10
Radiant,
seconds remaining.
much faster.
Because you have the camp there.
5 seconds
You
remaining.
can
Yeah.
stack both
Lena actually
camps.
grabbed mid.
Radiant
Yeah,
team
that's
back.
true. So it looks like we'll have a pretty rich Shadow Fiend. Although that one game you went Radiant Shadow Fiend, you got the shit kicked out of you. To be fair, that was up against like 6Ks though.
10 seconds
Lena picked up for me
remaining.
make bad decisions. That's probably mid. I don't see them going carry Lena, so
On the
Dire
Dire
classic
side, all
lineup
they have
in favor
is
of Lena.
team fight, magical combos. Once it
Yeah.
turns into the right click, they might lose.
well.
The Radiant side
Lena
is so much
also
right
like
clicks.
if she gets a pretty early Ags though, I think they realize that BKB destroys those last 3 heroes.
10 seconds remaining.
Lena with Ags kind of circumvents that. But it's
5
okay, we'll just burst you down.
remaining.
Lena also typically does pretty well up against Shadow Fiend in the lane. You can skirmish him out with this Q. This is also 3.5k, remember, so it's not like super high level. Last 2 bans,
It's gonna-
Beastmaster and Ember Spirit going out.
It's gonna depend on how fast Disruptor places his ult. Are oh, that's a good pickup.
Dire team
Fuck.
pick.
Yeah, Clockwork. Disrupted those team fights
Clockwork.
quite a bit.
They needed a Blade Mail on their team, and Clockwork was perfect.
Oh yeah. And now last pick will be carry for bad decisions. They've got a full minute 40 left. I don't know. What do you think what their options are?
Other options?
10
They're
seconds
definitely
remaining.
like a semi-right clicker.
5 seconds
Alk
remaining.
is still on the field. That's definitely still a possibility. So is PA
Reserve time.
or Juggernaut even. Juggernaut is pretty good against Disruptor because he can Q out of the kinetic field and glimpse pretty early on.
We'll see. We'll see this magical last pick.
Spectre's also available as well, although they're packing some pretty early game heat if they go offensive tri-lane on the Radiant. Slurg, what do you think?
If they provide the space for Slurk to farm for at least 10 minutes, and then the other 10 minutes mid-game will determine the mid-game fights, the level 6 fights.
Yeah.
And if that
I
goes
think
well
the
for them,
bad decisions team Yeah. Then they win the game because they certainly have the early mid game team. If they can put a lot of pressure on early and get a lot of farm when the early team fights with their combos, then I think they're gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
But the later the game gets dragged out, the more likely it is for the Radiant to win there. All right, so I'll go ahead and introduce the Radiant, starting off with Plas on the 5-slot Disruptor. Next is going to be Draw on the mid Shadow Fiend. Next is Ivan Gu on the Gyrocopter carry. GoldenEye on Clockwork off lane, and finally Hog on the Shadow Shaman 4-slot. Go ahead and introduce the Radiant. Or the Dire.
Right on the Dire side, we have Kip on Earthshaker. We got Sam on Darkseer, Ariel, Lena, Rodin on Lich, and Papa on Slark. It looks like we have a pause here. Take your time. I don't think we have that much time. But
Yeah, it actually looks like they're gonna try and do smoke ink here. I see a smoke on Lich, and they tried it last time as well. Yeah, last game it got it dragged out into mega creeps, and they didn't GG until the ancient was like already dead. Basically, it's like, come on guys, the game's over.
it's interesting. Alright, we have clock going off, lane going top, placing the ward, and on the Dire side there's 5 of them gripping up, going into the jungle. And they're smoked. If this fight turns out, clock is going to be missing, and it's going to be 4 versus 5.
Nope, 3 versus 5. Looks like the Shadow Fiend was to stay for the blocks. If they catch the Disruptor of the Shadow Fiend here, that's easy kills. They definitely saw them though. They're starting to freak out. Ward goes down.
I mean, the Dire side really need
Gyrocopter a little out of position.
this advantage.
Oh, but they miss him.
Guess they'll just go secure the ruin.
Come on then, off you go.
Money to burn.
Looks like there's no action.
Shadow Fiend will actually. Yeah.
Clock got the
No
top
rune
ruin.
action.
Lena got the bottom ruin.
Oh, looks like Shadow Shaman will actually manage to find this D ward here. That's going to be pretty important.
Get the gold straight into Shadow Shaman's pocket.
Actually, looks like they're going to be running a sort of dual mid to zone out the Lena so that the Shadow Fiend can grab some CS earlier. But the Disruptor grabbed his Q level 1, which is actually pretty weak. Doesn't do very much damage and it costs a lot of mana.
Actually, his level 1 Q, Disruptor has one of the
they're going to
highest
rotate.
DPS beginning for level 1. His Q, it's one of the highest.
Still not worth it. At 130 mana, he can only cast it twice.
He has 2 clarities.
Oh well, I just think
You've
it's
been
not like
burned.
it's not going to kill the enemy. It's good for skirmish, but it's not going to kill like something like a kinetic field will or a glimpse.
Even if he got the glimpse or kinetic, I don't think he'll do as much as his Q. But Disruptor should be going up here, maneuvering and popping his Q a lot. But I don't know why he's all the way back here. Over there at bottom, Darkseer is having a nice farm, just like a regular Darkseer. Shadow Shaman pulled.
Denied.
On the top
Clockwork
lane,
is
we
actually
have
doing
Lich.
pretty well against its tri-lane.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
I'm surprised. If they do grab the Q on him, and they do have the fissure ready, it'll go down, but it's not going to be good enough, I think. No, he's going to be fine. Taking a look at the CS now, Lena actually is beating the Shadow Fiend 10 to
Illusion.
7. Which is pretty
And the
surprising.
stuff is going on. Darkseer. And Darkseer has no idea where he's going. And he's heading back.
Mid lane, looks like Lena's actually going to grab this first blood on the Shadow Fiend there with a really good stun.
And that is huge on the
That's the
dire
illusion
side.
root.
Scorcher.
Like the dire side need as much advantage as they can get. Every kill counts.
Actually surprised. Clockwork is sitting at the, well, now 4th highest position for EXP per minute. Actually, bottom lane, they're going to manage to grab a kill on that Darkseer with a Shackle and Rocket Barrage. Really good classic combo. Last game when the Gyrocopter was used by the other team, bad decisions, they actually maxed Homing Missile first. And they certainly paid for it. Top lane looks like Clockwork might get going on here. He's a little bit out of position. Down goes the cogs, maybe a little bit
Wow,
early.
Clock almost had that Earthshaker.
Yeah, it was close. He's tanky. Disruptor actually managed to come top as well. And Lich has a salve, so he'll probably be okay. But the same might not be said for
Earthshaker
Earthshaker here.
faster.
He'll actually salve up as well. Clockwork getting pretty low after the magic burst. When that Earthshaker reaches level 3, the Fissure will do quite a bit more damage. The Lich has also reached level 3. They're going to be able to burst him out of the lane, I think. Or at least he'll have to play a bit more careful.
Now they're dropping on Clock. Are they gonna get the kill? Yes, they got the kill.
Yep, they got that extra magic burst from the Fissure. Actually, bottom again. Darkseer manages to grab manages to die. 20 HP left on that. On actually both the heroes looking really low. Lena does smoke gank with a DD here as well. She's got her ult. And he'll grab the Gyrocopter.
Oh man, Lena's getting big. Leading with a net worth of 2,900.
Oh yeah. In terms of CS, actually, after the little respite mid with Alina bottom, she Shadow Fiend managed to take over, but Clockwork managed to grab a kill on Slark top after they TP'd in. Dota Disruptor also helping out there.
Bottom tower is under attack.
See if they can maybe grab another kill on the Shadow Fiend here with Earthshaker rotating mid. Actually, Earthshaker will rotate bottom.
Is under attack.
Lena does
just
grab the
popped
Invis rune
Invis.
though, so... When the Shadow Fiend comes back to the lane, they might be able to grab a kill here. Earthshaker actually does rotate back mid. Oh, and he walks down cliff too. That's
I have
a
my
very
bet
dead. Oh, but the weird Fissure? It doesn't matter, they've got an ult.
And still managed to get the kill. And that is Lena for you.
Should just be like the name of Lena ult, it's just mistakes forgiven. Yeah, Gyrocopter, now that the Darkseer has been in the jungle for a little bit, Gyrocopter's actually managed to farm up quite a bit. He's got his phase boots and a ring of Aquila. Second highest net worth as well. Oh, Darkseer just now grabbing his soul ring.
Players here. Do it with flair.
So far, net worth is actually favoring the Dire by about 1k. Not a huge difference. Most of that is in kills, a little bit in CS. Clockwork getting pretty low up top. It's going to be pretty easy shackle and a kill for Slurk there as well.
Go on,
A little bit in our position, especially with that level 3 Ice Blast from Lich. Looks like we've got the Lina TPing down bottom. They're probably going to try and grab another kill on this gyrocopter. They have the Earthshaker going in there. They don't know that the Lina's there yet. They know the Earthshaker's there. Well, I definitely see the Lina now.
And they're retreating. They need to play this safe on the Dire side too. Yeah, we
No,
have
not a whole
3
lot
for
happening
3
here.
at bottom.
I'd probably give the advantage to the Dire here, with that Lina mid, who's gotten a lot of farm so far out of those kills. She's grabbed a Staff of Wizardry. That's probably going to turn into Ags, but we'll see. Now, Lina kind of smells something. Let's hit that stun though. And they're going to try and go on the Disruptor. Once again, another missed Fissure. Straight onto the Gyro, who will drop pretty fast, but gets Gyro ult off. Missed Kinetic Field is not going to be quite enough. Shackles onto the Shadow Shaman, but he's just out of position now, and they'll grab 2 for none.
That wasn't too bad.
And that is just Lena for you.
We do see the Shadow Fiend rotate, but not quite in time. And the Clockwork started to head bottom as well.
30
Slark
seconds ago.
managing to
he
farm up
misses.
about 1,300 gold.
Not too long ago, Shadow Fiend pulled at 57 and missed the stack.
Dun dun dun.
Here we go.
Yeah, we didn't see too
Going
many stacks
Alina.
last game. Yep. But he doesn't have any mana. Oh, he just manages to pop the stick, so he'll have enough for a battery assault, but she moves way too fast with a fiery soul on. DD now also looking pretty dangerous. And he'll go down here probably. She knows what he's doing.
Tower is under attack.
Oh, Roshan will not grab the kill. Disruptor also going down to the Lich there, but Darkseer falling on the back. Shaman going straight on the Earthshaker. Lots of damage from the Shadow Fiend.
Tower is under attack.
Lich ult will bounce twice, and they'll manage to grab another kill.
Held your
Gyro's here though with the ult. They do have Lina ult ready, but she's taking way too much damage. That's a 3 for 3. Especially that Gyrocopter getting that kill on Alina is going to be pretty important.
Double kill.
And they'll actually manage to get the Lich as well.
Wow,
4 for 3.
Gyro. He just got over 6k gold just from that.
6k gold?
I mean,
No.
1k. Sorry about that.
Not quite at that point yet. Yeah, 2k gold swing for the Radiant there. That's pretty big. Honestly, it's at that point where you need your Slark to rotate, I think. And with the Slurk in there, they probably could have turned and gotten the Gyro or the Shadow Fiend because they did have the Lina ult ready. But that's going to be pretty expensive for the Dire there. Going to slow down their momentum quite a bit.
Is this?
And they'll go straight to rotating bottom again. Yeah, even after that pretty severe loss, the Dire is still about 2k gold ahead.
Radiant's bottom tower
And the Slark has
is
been
under
farming this
attack.
entire time.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Bottom lane, they managed to grab that Shadow Shaman. No Lina ult committed though. And I think they'll probably be able to take this tower here, especially if they see a rotation from another
Dire's
hero.
middle tower is under attack.
Actually doesn't look like they want to pressure it at all.
Slark is very
TP
close to the
response top,
Shadow
it's going to
Wave.
be 4 top.
My life squandered.
That'll
Once
almost get it
that-
for him, he's 100 gold away.
Once the Slark gets the Shadow Blade and starts to rotate, so easy.
Oh yeah. Easy kills on the Disruptor and on the Shadow Shaman. With 4 top here, it actually looks like they are going to push top now. Well, that tower is at full HP. Yep, Shadow Blade being grabbed by the Slark now. And they are going to push
Radiant's
top.
middle tower is under attack.
And middle at the same time.
Radiant
Yeah,
structures
fortified grab to the
Shadowfiend
Radiant.
and Gyara has Yasha, so we don't know what item they're gonna
top
build.
tower is under attack.
Last
Most
game they went
likely-
Sanjin Yasha.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Yeah.
attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Unfortunately for the Radiant here, the Shaman's not quite level 6, so they don't have the snakes to use. T1 top will be fine though.
I'm surprised Lena didn't go point booster.
Yeah, you almost always want to go point booster first. Although he might go grab that right now once this lane is done.
Oh, and Slark, he's gonna get dominated here. And he
Actually, he'll just barely manage to
lives.
survive. He still has his ult too. He's gonna be okay, just barely. Oh wow,
That Shadow Blade picked
Yeah.
up. They didn't see it.
so close.
But
Yeah,
they're
they
gonna
did,
buy
actually, they
sentries
dedicated
now.
a lot there too. They dedicated the Gyro ult and the Disruptor ult and the Clockwork Hook to try and grab that, and they didn't get it.
Bottom tower is under
And he'll be able to
attack.
just regenerate it up in the trees. They don't have wall yet. They do finally have Echo Slam on the
Radiant's
Earthshaker
bottom
though.
tower is under attack.
We'll maybe see something. Meanwhile, bottom tower getting split pushed down by
Bottom
Lena,
tower has fallen.
who's about 100 gold away from that ag.
Rev. We got the Dire team setting up for a gank. Now it looks like they're going back.
Yeah, which has a smoke.
Ma-
Yep, looks like the entire Radiant team is top as well,
Radiant's
although they're
middle tower
anticipating
is
this
under
push.
attack.
They do have the Lich Ult ready to use and the Earthshaker Echo Slam as well. So if we can take it a good initiation with Slark Shadow Blade or something, we could see potential kills here. But it looks like they want to rotate mid. Yep, the Ag's just now being brought to the Lena here. That's going to be pretty deadly, especially since she has reached level 11 now.
They're wrapping around middle.
Killing spree.
Yep, Lich will get picked off there as well. It's just a lack of vision, honestly.
I mean, now is past the point of laning phase. It's all about fights right now.
Yeah,
Everyone got
but then
the
again,
level 6.
they have all 5 of their heroes here. So unless they take this tower, they're spending a lot of time for a lot of heroes, especially for heroes that need farm in order to do this. They're gonna get the tower easily though. No response,
Dire's middle
and they
tower
won't
has
even
fallen.
retaliate with the T1 top. Actually, they're gonna go straight for
tier
T2s.
two.
They've got the snakes on Shadow Shaman,
Under attack. Radiant's
Melting
bottom
now,
tower
those
is
creeps.
and they'll drop on the T2.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Port coming out for the Dire here, and heroes are finally starting to come in. Slark has
Oh,
left
they
the
got
lane,
free
boys
gold.
and girls. Oh yeah. Those snakes give away a
Slark
lot
is
of money.
coming in with initiation. Cutting out. Just slowly.
He's got the
weakening Shadow
Darkseer.
Shaman.
He's got the Darkseer shell, and he's just gonna kill the shaman with the Ion shell. Oh my god. He's actually gonna be okay. He'll blink out. Clockwork Hook shot misses. Gyro goes down immediately to the Lena ult. And it's already 2 for none. Slark going straight onto that Clockwork, and he'll go down pretty fast as well. Disruptor ult being grabbed, but no kinetic field to follow it up. And that's another dead Disruptor as well. Shadow Fiend on the edge here. I think he'll be okay. They do have a fissure though. And that's a 4 for none. Oh, Shadow Fiend getting caught way out of position there. You're on the wrong side of the tower, buddy. And they'll make that a 5 for none.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And they'll take a tower off of it as well.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Radiant, they really need less sentry wards after this team started getting away at top.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Yep, and the disruptor goes ahead and buys 2 actually, and along with some dust too. Yeah, that was a pretty big fight, like we talked about. After the 10-minute mark there, as we move into the mid-game, these first couple of team fights are going to really set the pace for the rest of the game. And that first one being taken so decisively for the Dire there makes me think that it's going to be a pretty long defensive game for the Radiant again. Yep, the Darkseer's also managed to pick up the mechanism now after that last fight. Being pretty important. And also another sub 20 Blink Dagger for the Earthshaker 2, and they're going to take the T1 top here. As well, Slurk looks... Yeah, he's had the dust for a little bit. It looks like the Slurk is going to go for Silver Edge here. Extra damage. It's going to... I guess I don't really have a whole lot of passives to worry about besides... What? Curse of the Dark Lord? Presence of the Dark Lord? That's about it. Yeah. Dire will take T1 top, and it looks like they're going to retaliate by taking the T1 bottom here. Got a little bit of response, a few TPs, Darkseer's here, and they are smoked up as they TP in here. No Fortify to use though.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Shadow Shaman being gone on really hard. Earthshaker stuck inside the snakes. Shadow Shaman will go down to the Lina ult there. And Darkseer will fall too without hitting his wall. They've got to back off here.
We're trading 1 for 1.
Yeah, but when you're up, that's like trading 2 for 1.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, they do have wards now, and Papa getting caught a little bit under that vision.
Lark should pop his Q to remove that.
Looks like they're actually going to manage to grab this T2 here. It's a Shadow Shaman push there for you, I guess. Lots of damage on the Shadow Fiend as well.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Wasted for it. Unless they try and grab the deny.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
So far, looks like the Radiant side are gonna pick off all these towers first, and then they're gonna have all these fights. And then they're gonna try to take out Roche.
Yeah, first rush round is probably going to be pretty important. Neither team is going to be well, actually, the Radiant is going to be pretty good at taking down Roshan with those shackles on the Shadow Shaman and the damage on the Shadow Fiend.
SNY, Dire team.
So did the Shadow Fiend as well. It actually looks like the Clockwork is not going for Blade Mail, he's going for Mechanism. Strangely enough. See that? I probably would have had the Shadow Fiend go for mech this game, especially since the Clockwork, or at least... He didn't farm very much. He had a good time in the lane in terms of experience, but he didn't actually farm much. The bottom lane looks like the Lich and the Earthshaker want to go onto this Gyro here, but he's got support. And he's also very,
they
very
should
fast.
be even at bottom. They should be at top, getting those 2 towers.
Slark will Silver Edge up. They don't have any detection down. Oh. No stuns in time, and
they're rotating top.
Yeah, Shadow Shaman, or Shadow Fiend has a haste rune bottled here. Yeah, Dire does have pretty good vision right here, so they know where they are.
We have the Radiant pushing top now. Their team is slowly commencing grouping up. Now they're waiting for Clock to group.
Yep, they're gonna be 5-man here, trying to grab this T1. Slark is not TPing yet, anyway. Pretty good Disruptor kinetic field, but it doesn't catch any of them, and now the ult is down. That's gonna be a pretty big misplay there. One of their biggest team fight ult is now down. That's gonna be hard for them to push this.
Do it.
If I were them, I would totally back, because they need that Disruptor's ult. They need it.
Yep, they need the silence on the Lina in order for the shaman to get close, in order for all of their stuff to be able to go off. And they do, of course, back off. It looks like they might be going straight for Roche Pit now. If they had a smoke, they could easily get in there.
Radiant's bottom tower
Looks
is
like
under attack.
Lina's actually managed to grab a Blink Dagger now with a couple of 1,000 gold to spare. And Lich is going straight for Ags after Arcane Boots. I actually don't like Lich Arcane
Tower
Boots.
is under attack.
He already has plenty of mana coming in from the sacrifice.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And actually, they're not going to go for Roche. They're just going to go for the jungle and let the Dire push T2.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yep, Gyro is now going for his BKB after the Sanjin Yosh. Honestly, I think he should have gone up first. It's one of those early BKB games. Meanwhile, Clockwork getting caught out. Really good offensive ward here for the Dire.
Flames.
Finds that Clockwork and they finish him off. Now it's going to be even harder for them to hold this defense here.
Dire's middle
The
tower
Radiant,
is
they
under
just
attack.
respond so slow to defending. They lost so much HP in the tier 2. They're taking a huge bite because of it.
But now they don't have the Clockwork.
Yep.
They
And
do
they
have the
could lose
Disrupt
this
roll now,
tower.
though. Yeah, they're definitely going to lose this tower.
Earthshaker with the blink. Game changing.
Flares here.
Clockwork has actually managed to find his Blink Dagger, but he misses the smoke. The Radiant's going to smoke out and try and catch a lagging offender here.
Do it with flair.
I don't know, they're already split up. They've got 3 here and 2 here. They're not going to find anything, I don't think. Lich and Earthshaker mid. They might run into this. But I don't think they see him, actually. Bottom. Disruptor misses that ult again. Lina being gone on, but actually gets out of there with the glimpse. Gone on pretty hard. This is the potential for a really big Lich ult here if they run up that cliff.
Earthshaker's
Clockwork Hook
here
going
too.
in.
She's gonna-
Lich ult goes on. It bounces between, but Lina will actually end up going down. Jarl falling. Wall back.
Double kill.
Earthshaker ult
And
a little bit on
Earthshaker
the
missed his
sideline
ult.
there.
Dominating.
So far, the gyro might go down. Yeah, he will. It's a 2 for 3 so far. And Darkseer will take the snakes with the illusions. Free money for him.
Mega kill.
Wow. In the meantime, Slark will find the Disruptor, make it a 3 for 3. 2 of those kills going the way of Slark, though. And a really weird engagement.
There's Slark is just gonna punish their supports without placing any sentries, because that's what they need more.
Yeah. Well, they're also pretty poor right now, I think. Yeah. Disruptor doesn't have any money at all. Like, he's got 30 gold. The Shadow Shaman could definitely start buying some wards, but I think he's saving up for Blink Dagger. This is the kind of game where having a support who needs the Blink Dagger is pretty painful because it's hard to get 2,000 gold when you just keep losing. Or at least going relatively even. Looks like they're actually going to smoke up here for the Dire. They do manage to catch everybody in that smoke. And they're going to go straight to Roche Pit, no doubt.
They get taking the advantage. I'm gonna starting off the Roche.
Yep. She's actually got another point booster. This could turn into an Octarine. It could turn into a Bloodstone. I don't know. At this point is when I like to go some physical damage on the Lina, especially against the heroes who like to build BKB, like the Gyrocopter. And they're not going in the Roche Pit,
Dire's
apparently.
top tower is under attack.
This is weird. Both teams know that the other team is in there, or both teams realize that everybody knows about Roche right now. And the rating will actually move up a little bit there. Not going to move in there either, though.
Top tower is under attack.
I'm just surprised Luna didn't be able to use get and dodge like
Yeah,
everyone's ult.
That's another
everyone's
thing.
ult.
had the disruptor ult using out of that. But meantime,
Unstoppable!
Slark will catch the Shadow Shaman here, so no snakes and no shackle.
Punishing them with no sentries.
There we go. Finally, disruptor ult combo will grab the Slark. He'll get mech'd up, but he's gonna go down in the end. Lich ult also bouncing in between them. Gyro getting really low, but he'll survive.
Enjoy your nap!
Ends up being in 2 for 3 there. But it's still 1,500 gold swing for the Radiant there. The Slark did go down as the big one there. Who actually grabbed that kill on the Slark? Disruptor grabbed the Slark, so a little bit of money going for Disruptor. He might have time to buy wards now. But ultimately, you know, the Dire doesn't have any T2s yet. It's reaching close to 30 minutes. They're not going to take Brax anytime soon, I don't think. Unless they get Roche right now, and then immediately push, take a 5-man team wipe, and then take a Barracks. So this game is going to end up going on a little bit longer.
Now that the Radiant lost their advantage of pushing because the other side they just got way too much farm. They got the blinks, the core blinks on all the cores. Captain Viz and Slark. So they can defend really good compared to what 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So
And Gyro actually with that last fight he's managed to finish up his BKB here. That's going to be pretty big. But also the Shadow Fiend has a Helm of Dom now and a point booster. I mean, what would you build on Shadow Fiend that you'd want a point booster for?
most likely Scatty.
Yeah, okay. Makes sense. Mid lane, Slark going really hard on the gyrocopter. He'll manage to get a few bashes off. Oh, but the mech will keep him alive. As Papa decides to switch targets onto the clockwork, and he'll end up going down. But so will the gyro there with a very unnecessary Lina ult. Ends up being 2 for 1, but like we said, when you're down, that's what you want. Another missed disruptor ult, but mainly that was a good blink from the Lina. Managed to get out just in time.
Radiant's top tower is
And we hit
Looks
the
like with
30
those 2
minute
kills,
mark.
yeah.
Under the weather.
But they do have 3 kills, and maybe a 4th one if they can manage to find this Shadow Fiend here. Unfortunately for the... But Jacob will survive with 80 HP, wall goes down, and so will Shadow Fiend. That's 4 now. They're going to be able to take this T2 top pretty easily, and then they should roll
Shadow
afterwards.
Fiend needs to build his blacking bar. He won't be able to last any team
Yeah.
fights.
Radiant's top
I think that was
tower is under
Vacuum that
attack.
actually stunned him there out of his ult.
I don't know, but
Radiant's top
anyone,
tower has
everyone can mini stun or something on
Yeah.
the dire side.
Except for Slark, I think. Or he's got Basher now, actually, so that's not true anymore. Wow, there's Shaker limping back to base with something like 80 HP.
Tower is under attack.
Actually, looks like the Lina will actually finish Bloodstone here. Because she needs more mana, I suppose. Bit of tank. They actually nerfed Bloodstone really, really badly recently.
Yeah, the recent Bloodstone patch indirectly affected Storm and Lushrake so badly.
Alms for
Yeah.
the dead.
They need those charges really bad.
Yeah, after that last Disruptor death, it looks like Slark is going to be going for BKB himself.
Smart move by Slark. He's gonna be the one up front. There his Silver Edge is down and Shadow and his ult. He's gonna need his blacking bar.
Yeah, that'll help against stuff like the damage from the Shadow Fiend ult, the damage from call down, all that kind of stuff. But the Radiant is smoked up here. They're gonna fight over this rune, I think. They're gonna manage to be okay. Lina actually blinking in is gonna be gone on pretty hard. Relatively tanky though. Disruptor ult also missing again. Lena's still over 1/4 HP.
And-
Lich ult will
and-
drop.
Burn out.
So will the Lena.
Double kill!
Slark getting caught inside the cogs. It's already 3 for 1 here. Slark going hard onto the gyro, but he's gonna have to back out now.
Dire's top
Dust
tower
being
is under
used,
attack. Double kill!
and he
he can
has
use-
the dark pack.
He's
Oh, but he's gonna be okay in the end though.
practically death.
Also on the back line there, we saw the Shadow Fiend actually drop to the Dark Seer wall there. But overall, it's going to be a pretty big win for the Radiant. No Lena ult got to be used there.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Slark getting caught on the cogs meant that he didn't even get to fight there until the very... That's also going to be a T2 for the Dire.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Actually now, Slark is going to go
Gyro.
straight on that Gyrocopter who has no mana. He's going to take quite a bit of damage. And he'll be able to leap out. No Shackle though, no Lich. He will end up going down to the tower, and also the Disruptor goes down there as well.
Yeah,
Just a little bit out of position.
I'm very curious
They
why
really wanted that
they
tower.
stayed.
Tower has been denied.
Alright. Roche, guys, Roche. There's no need to push there, right?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
You can do some damage, but if Roche is up,
Yeah, but I don't think they're gonna take it.
It's a lot better.
Shadow Fiend is up in 5 though.
Dolphin's gonna TP with no souls.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, looks like they're gonna back and go to Roche Pit after they don't push. The Radiant also doesn't have any vision here, so they don't know that this is happening. They do have the Clockwork, who will probably spy if they notice what he's doing. Oh, he sends a rocket to bottom lane. I'm hoping they'll be able to finish it up faster this time. Yeah, and they're going to be able to get it too. Like I said, the Radiant doesn't have any wards in here. Yeah, they're not moving like they know it either.
And even if they
Clockwork.
do know it,
Email sending rockets.
the response time from the Radiant side is very slow. Because
That's true.
Shadow Fiend also needs to catch up on his souls because he just revived.
Yeah, so he's going to have to hit the jungle here.
Roshan has fallen to the
I go ahead and give the Aegis to Slark. It's the best choice in my opinion. They could give it to the Lena, who's been dying early, but I think at this point in the game, you want your Slark to not die, and you also want, like, the Aegis allows him to be a lot more aggressive.
Dire's structures
He can initiate a lot harder
fortified.
without having to worry about dying. That kind of stuff. And he does actually now have his BKB that's going to be pretty big in this next fight too. Lich also has Ags now as well. I don't think the Lich ults that we've been seeing have gotten more than 10 bounces, but you never know. Maybe if they get a really good back Lich ult, then something good could happen from that. But yeah, now that I think about it, they actually haven't pulled off their Wombo combo yet at all.
Yes, that's a funny thing.
It's like-
35 minutes in.
Bottom tower has fallen.
Not a dual combo or threesome combo. Has yet to be seen.
No Wombo combos on either team, really. Like, the Disruptor ults have usually been solo. The Gyrocopter ults have been solo. I don't think we've seen almost any Shadow Fiend ults.
Shadow
Certainly no
Fiend
Wombo combos on either
needs
side.
a blink in order to follow up Disruptor's ult, but he doesn't have it. So,
Yeah, he's going for Scotty. Like you said, that's just questionable. It takes a lot of money, and the impact when you're down is not that great.
Boom! There it goes.
The risky thing about this is that the Radiant middle is going to push out pretty hard. So if they long siege this for too much, they're going to lose their, or at least take a lot of damage with their T3 mid
Incoming.
on the Dire here. It looks like Slark is up front with that Aegis.
In your face.
Hookshot goes straight onto the
ooh.
on the
Pocket
Earthshaker there. The
two
blade
good
pick
picks
blade mill
off.
now.
You think you fooled me?
Actually, that Clockwork is going to manage to get a good Earthshaker or a good Disruptor ult there, and it's going to grab both the Darkseer and the Earthshaker. Slark,
Pick up
meanwhile,
the clock
out of
was a
position with the rest of his
huge
team back
play.
behind. Yeah. And they'll go 3 for 1, even burning through the Aegis as well. It's a 3,000 gold swing for the Radiant there.
I was not sure why.
Those are the
Wow. This.
Double damage.
Yeah, maybe a little bit too aggressive there on the Slark, and then really honestly just bad positioning for the Dire there. If they'd not been so grouped
Really
up, the
bad
Earthshaker would have been
positioning.
outside. Yeah, they would have been in, like, getting two people inside the cogs is what really did it. They didn't have the Earthshaker, they didn't have the Darkseer, so no wall, no Echo Slam. And they also didn't use the Lich Ult there either. I guess that just wasn't a good opportunity.
All they
Yeah, ultimately
really
that
needed was
Clockwork
just
initiation.
one of the combos, Earthshakers or Darkseers. But Clock got
Yeah.
both of them out of position, and they paid for it.
It's questionable now that they're going to be able to take high ground. They might have to start going on the defensive now. I mean, if you were to give them a best chance, like their best shot at taking the barracks was right then. They had the Roshan, they still had a little bit of advantage.
Eject! Eject!
And Gyrocopter will go down to Lena and Earthshaker bottom. A little bit out of position there. Yeah, their best chance to take a barracks was just then, and it did not work. Yeah. Despite losing those team fights, though, the Dire still a solid 10k gold ahead. And they will smoke gank bottom. See if they can maybe grab a Shadow Fiend here. Slurk in the jungle just got spotted by a sentry ward, though. Lena ult grabs one. Disruptor ult goes down and will grab three, but the supports will go down immediately.
It's not the heat, it's the humiliation.
No BKB used. Gyro's still dead from here, remember. Clockwork actually managing to drop there too. Ultimately, pretty big win for the Dire there. They'll definitely be able to get Q2 off of it.
breakthrough.
Yeah.
It's gonna be full HP.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I mean, Shadow Fiend still did not get those souls back.
Really? Yeah, he's
Well,
only at 16. Wow.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
16
They're
for
gonna be
a
able to
long
push high
time.
ground here.
Middle tower is under attack.
Even when the Disruptor's up, he still has another 30 seconds to go for that ult. They do have the snakes with Shaman spawns, but that's about it. Gyro ult being dropped, it'll push him
The
away.
Dire side do still have everything. Dire side still has all their ults up. And they're
Shit, they're gonna TP
deciding
the
to play
Earthshaker
safe.
away.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Illusion! What surge is this?
Looks like Slark will also be going for a Scotty here. That's pretty good. Although, honestly, I think I'd rather see an Abyssal Blade at this point. So they can lock down that Gyrocopter for sure. Yeah, Shaman has managed to grab his blink in the past couple of fights. That'll be pretty good for him. Looks like the Disruptor's going for a Force Staff. Also pretty good item. Clockwork did finally grab his Blade Mail. I was worried that he was going to go for Guardian Greaves. Lena's grabbed a Hyperstone now. I think that'll probably turn into an AC, but we'll see. Darkseer also going for Pipe. He's got a hood so far. Gyrocopter looks like he's going for an MKB with a Demon Edge. That could turn into crits. He's actually farming. Yeah, it's definitely an MKB right now. He's very close, actually, just a couple gold away from that MKB.
With the massive right clicks. Get an Alpha Wolf.
Yeah, that'll be good for the Shadow Fiend as well.
All Shadow Shaman has to do is drop his ward, blink beside a yes, and just disable him. That's all he has to do. First Shaker, then Shackles,
Finally being grabbed by
Darkseer.
the... pipe up for the Darkseer now as they decide to push in here. There's no ult on the Gyrocopter for another 30 seconds. And they'll be able to slow siege it with this catapult. I know. Roche is going to be up fairly soon, maybe another minute or so, 30 seconds maybe. Well, but they'll spot a DD.
Met you once, cut you twice.
I don't know, playing it safe like that, it's a good move because it is, you're playing it safe, you're not going to lose anything. But the longer the game goes on, the more likely it is that the Radiant wins. So even not attacking is a risky play. That's the choice you make when you go for an early game lineup. Looks like the Shadow Fiend has finally managed to finish up his Scotty. And the Radiant will smoke up. They're going to probably run through the jungle here. They're not going to find anybody if they look. Roche is not up. He's got another minute left to go. So they'll return to farming. And this is actually going to be a pretty big waste of time here unless they manage to find somebody here. Because they have their entire team, except for Clockwork, busy with this smoke ink here, and they're not farming.
Radiant is gonna get someone for sure. Radiant.
I don't know, they're stalling.
Radiant's middle tower is under
The smoke
attack.
is baiting right now.
There he goes.
Yeah. The Disruptor will go down, and he'll manage
They
to
take
grab
down Darkseer.
nobody really. Darkseer goes
Darkseer
on
melting.
by the Shadow Shaman. Disruptor also dropping. Gyro taking the Lina ult to the face, but he'll manage to be okay. Oh, but it'll force a Gyro BKB. That was the 8-second BKB as well, so now they're going to be less prevalent. Earthshaker will grabbing 4! Huge play there. Really good damage. They'll grab 4 heroes. Shadow Shaman on the run. Really good Earthshaker ult there. Along with the, I guess they didn't have the Darkseer, did they? Lina Stun, I guess, was also in there. Just a really good Earthshaker ult in there, along with the Slark on the back lines, but looks like Shaman is going to be okay.
Even though they took down Darkseer, they still have Earthshake at the back over there.
Yeah.
Radiant structures are
Buybacks on Gyro and on Shadow Fiend right now, but there's no souls, and the fort is used. This is where you just go back, take your win, and take Vershawn. Yeah, check the net worth graphs. The Dire is up by a solid 15, almost 20k, and the two cores with the Lina and the Slark are both almost 4,000 above the Gyro. So still quite a huge net worth discrepancy despite some mixed wins and losses. Also, in addition to that, the Lina has managed to grab an AC. I think that's a pretty good move. It gives her some attack. It certainly gives her armor, which she badly needs. It also reduces the armor of towers, so it helps with the push too. Not to mention you also get all of those good things on your friendlies. Meanwhile, Radiant is smoked up a little bit, but I don't think anything is going to come of it again.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Boom, there he goes.
Everyone's back to farming. Garo needs his MKB. Farm that real quick.
He actually had the money for it before he bought back. But, I mean, I think he wisely saved for the buyback, though. And it looks like Dire's positioning Stumbles to go for the Roshan now. They can drop the magic stick on the Slark for it, but the Lina does have an empty space right now. Radiant is positioning themselves to prepare to defend this Roshan, but I don't think they're going to get there in time as well. The Dire has pretty good vision around here, so they're going to be able to see them coming as well.
Like I said, the Radiant team, their response time is so slow.
Too slow.
They all
Actually,
walk there.
Clockwork Cook just missed too.
Incoming!
Yeah, Clockwork Cook missed on the back lines there. Looks like Shadow Shaman built the Yules. And a Blink on Darks here now as well. They did end up giving the Aegis to Lina, which I think it's pretty good. Certainly doing really well at the core. And I mean, I guess you don't want to drop the magic stick as the Slark. Looks like the gyro is going to be caught out here a little bit. Although both the leap and the stun are going to be caught, are going to miss. Gyrocopter caught on top of the split here. He's also going to go down. That's 2 for none. Oh man.
Gyro with no
After
buyback.
you realize, yeah, no buy. Yeah, that's a dieback for Gyro. Or at least, yeah, he has no buyback.
Dire's top tower
And that's
is
definitely
under
going to be a barracks. I'm surprised.
And the
The
die blade
Radiant
is
really
safe.
could have won this.
Dire's
Yeah,
top
the
tower is
Radiant
under
being a little bit
attack.
too greedy with their jungling there, like right after the Roche ends, and then they're immediately in their own jungle. Probably not a good move. Snakes will go down defensively, but the tower is still taking quite a bit of damage.
Tower is under attack.
And then the snakes end up as slug food. T3 will fall. Still no gyro for 40 seconds.
Radiant's middle barracks have fallen.
And there's a mid barracks. I'm surprised they actually did manage, you know, they held out, they were patient and it paid off, I
Take
guess.
out top and bottom.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah. Gyro's up in 20, and they did. Wait, Shadow Fiend died?
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
I do not know where he died at.
He died underneath their T3.
Mega kill.
That's very...
And Shadow Shaman will go down as well, and that's probably GG. That's definitely GG.
Radiant's
Gyro's up in
That
3,
really
but
is.
not a whole lot you can do now.
Radiant's top barracks have fallen.
Too much mistakes on the Radiant team.
Shivved.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Let me out of here.
Clark will buy back with 5.2k gold to spare. And it looks like they actually do win a hold. You know, got another glyph ready. I managed to glimpse the Lina back, who does have the Aegis here. And that's going to be another dead gyro. Oh, wow. 60 HP.
That gyro.
Disrupt roll dropping down. Look at that physical on the Lina as well, being pretty nasty. I don't know, at this point it just looks like he's toying with them.
Middle tower is under
Yeah, the
attack.
black
But he is going to go down. He
Yes.
manages to suicide. Yep. So do manage to push them off the last T3 there, but I mean they've already lost 2 sets of barracks. There's not a whole lot you can do after that.
Gyro and Shadow Fiend can still defend, but too much mistakes.
Oh man,
Hostage this
Jero,
game.
why would you leave the base? Look at that. What I had to do was stay here. Now they don't have a gyro for another 80
Radiant's
seconds.
middle tower is under
Phoenix
attack.
Minute
sell his
left
boots
for
and
buyback
get
as
boots
well.
of travels.
Yeah. Now, after so many bloodstone charges, Lena's already back up. Who did? Yeah, grab those boots of travel. She's gonna head right back down to bottom. Defensive snakes drop, but they're just gonna be food. They're too far up. They're on the stairs instead of behind the tower. Meanwhile, mid and top are both being pushed out pretty hard. Okay, here we go. Leading us straight up onto the tower. Finishing up the rest of the snakes. And that T3 will fall.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Killing spree!
Slam.
Echo Slam catching 2. He's going to do a lot of damage in there. Shadow Fiend will fall again. And GG is called.
GG. What a game.
Radiant's bottom barracks have fallen. Dire victory!
All right.
Those mid
That's the second
fights.
game between. Mid-game fights decided it all.
Mhm.
Some went both ways, though. It was not a one-sided game. Yeah, that's the second and last game for We Make Bad Decisions versus Salt Miner, with 2-0 victory going the way of We Make Bad Decisions. Thanks for watching, and thanks to Yen for co-casting.